Good evening and welcome to this week's edition of Fast Track. Tonight we'll get the latest on the tragic earthquake in Haiti, learn about the dangers of painkillers, and relive the week in Purdue sports. All this and much more in this week's Fast Track.
Minor miracles are still happening in Haiti as people continue to be pulled out of the rubble from last week's devastating earthquake, alive. Still, there is a dire need for doctors and supplies. Shasta Darlington reports on the role Cuban doctors are playing in treating Haiti's earthquake victims.
At Peace Hospital in Port-au-Prince, a glimmer of hope. Carla opens her eyes.
This little girl here was trapped. She's been trapped for a week.
Carla was pulled out of the rubble Monday, severely dehydrated but alive. This is one of a dozen hospitals and makeshift clinics run by Cuban doctors who are among the first medics on the scene. Here you mostly find haunting looks and shattered bodies.
We're going to talk to a little girl who was taken out of the wreck in the last couple of days. Her face was crushed, and she'd been under the wreck for so long that it was infected and there were worms inside. So she's in a lot of pain, and it's a very uncomfortable situation.
Patients spill out into the hall and courtyard.
Basically, the patient behind us, what they're first trying to do is treat her right leg, the doctor just explained to us, in the hopes that they can save it, because they already know they have to amputate her left leg. We're talking days after the earthquake now, so most of the patients who are coming in, they're already suffering from gangrene, and what these doctors are doing more than anything right now are amputations.
The problem is all of the patients are critical, says this medic. And we have to decide who will be the first to be operated on. More than 300 Cuban doctors were on the ground carrying out humanitarian missions when the massive quake hit. Now there are 450. And 400 Haitian medics trained at Cuban schools have joined them. Canton Wilsis was visiting family here. Now he's in the operating room 15 hours a day. We're ready to stay in Haiti as long as the people need us, he says. Together, they've treated nearly 10,000 patients.
Even more Haitians are dying because of a lack of medical supplies. The group Doctors Without Borders is having a very difficult time getting their aid shipments in by air or land.
At one of the 8 clinics run by the aid group Doctors Without Borders, medical supplies are nearly gone.
How much supplies do you have? Do you have supplies enough for a week?
No, we have supplies for 1 or 2 days at the maximum.
1 or 2 days?
Yeah, and then it's over.
Since several of their cargo planes haven't been allowed to land at the busy airport in Port-au-Prince, badly needed medicine has had to come overland from the Dominican Republic. Because of that, they say, people have died.
This is very serious, and if we don't move now, I mean, we will lose patients, as we did. We lost 2 patients tonight because we don't have the capacity to do more.
At this one clinic in City Soleil, the poorest neighborhood in Port-au-Prince, there are some 200 patients, and 2 operating rooms are constantly in use.
This room is filled with patients who are awaiting surgery. Essentially, they're awaiting amputations. They have infections which are spreading through their body and which can kill them if they don't have a limb removed quickly. The problem is there's not enough operating rooms to accommodate all the people they have. They have the doctors and the nurses. They just don't have the supplies.
This little girl is waiting to have her leg amputated. If it's not removed soon, she could die. Short of medical equipment, they've had to improvise. This surgeon uses a saw designed to cut metal.
This isn't a real surgical saw, this is to cut metal?
Yeah, to cut metal, but this is what we could find this morning. We didn't have any other saw.
These doctors and nurses all want to be here. They want to save lives. They just need a lot more help.
We avoid to sometimes to go out of the theater room to don't see and to don't cross the eyes of the patient that they are begging to be treated. And sometimes you go out and say, okay, we will do it, later. But then later is not 1 hour, it's just like 1 or 2 days. And this is honestly unacceptable.
You're literally at the point where you try not to make eye contact because you know
exactly
they will be asking for something that you can't provide.
You avoid eye contact for that reason, because you know that the delay is very big. That's why we really push to have the material here as quick as we can.
And now the story of an American university that is offering a scholarship to help one Haitian student build for his future.
Providing hope for the future. In the wake of Haiti's devastating earthquake, Oklahoma's only Catholic university is reaching out.
We think it's important for us to help support our brethren in that island country.
St. Gregory's University is offering one Haitian student a new scholarship, which includes full tuition and housing.
It's a way for us to give back to a community that is in need currently, and it's really an example of how we, on a daily basis, try to live out that faith here at St. Gregory's.
School officials hope that by providing educational resources, they can help contribute to the nation's future.
But then there's the long-term rebuilding of a nation there, and we hope that by providing some educational resources, we're helping to contribute to that future as well.
The university will work with a Haitian monastery to find a winner.
We have an opportunity as a community to respond to it.
More than 80% of Haitians are Catholic.
Raising millions of dollars in a matter of hours for Haiti, the rich and famous came together with CNN's Larry King to help one of the world's poorest nations. Elena Cho has the details of the telethon and tweetathon that surpassed all expectations.
They described it as a nuclear bomb going off.
No, it's nothing new. Bad news never had good timing.
This is like a huge, massive disaster for one of the poorest countries.
Overwhelming despair and families not knowing who's alive.
J-Lo, Mick Jagger, P. Diddy, Snoop Dogg, Ben Stiller, even Ringo Starr. A constellation of stars with so much to give, helping people with so little. Larry King welcomed all of them for a telethon and tweetathon called Haiti, How You Can Help, and they raised millions in a matter of hours.
The need is immediate.
And what's more immediate than Twitter? Ryan Seacrest, an avid tweeter, was on hand in Larry's tweet suite with Jared Leto, who lived in Haiti.
I saw through Twitter that people were actually building houses around the world, some of our fans, so I'm kind of joining in and helping the cause.
Some of the first images of disaster came in through social media. Now it's being used to prevent a humanitarian aftershock.
Haiti, for me, is such an inspirational country. They were the first people to take back their freedom, the first people to say that we will not be slaves anymore.
My cousins are okay. My aunt is still missing, but my cousins are okay. And I got to speak to a few Haitian callers, and we got to speak in Creole. And I can't tell you how moved I am that everybody cares.
Even Larry King's signature suspenders are helping.
Herbal Grand says Larry should auction off his suspenders tonight.
Jared Leto's at 400.
And Ben Stiller, who I sat down with just a few weeks ago, says he hopes Haiti remains in everyone's heart long after the last plane leaves.
A month, 2 months, 6 months down the line, when people aren't doing specials on it, when the news cycle has moved on, the support they're going to need, and I think that's what we have to all sort of work towards keeping attention.
I spoke to Ben Stiller by phone after the show, and he told me he does plan to go back to Haiti once the cameras are gone. And by the way, Ben does have his own charity, Stiller Strong, and he has redirected his focus. All donations will now go toward emergency relief in Haiti. He also told me his biggest asset as a celebrity is that he can draw attention to a cause. And by all accounts, it worked. Alina Cho, CNN, New York.
When we come back, we'll hear about the latest developments in Washington.
And learn about a new way to pay those pesky bar tabs with your phone. Stay tuned.
Purdue's nursing program is one of the top in the nation because of the state-of-the-art equipment and hands-on learning. Students are able to get real training and feedback without having to put a real person in harm's way. They are given feedback and constructive criticism while in the classroom that they can use once they are in the real hospital setting. Students will learn everything ranging from basic tasks to the most intricate details of patient care. Purdue isn't just about engineering. Come visit the nursing program at Johnson Hall.